I'm very honored to be a #1 international best-selling author as part of the amazing book, Navigating the Clickety Clack, How to Live a Peace-Filled Life in a Seemingly Toxic World, Volume 2. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my chapter with you and reading the chapter from my Kindle version and sharing with you some of the very simple yet powerful and effective mindset tools that I used when I first began my journey of healing and self-development and evolution at the age of 10. I'm going to share a little bit about my personal story, how I got into working with these mindset tools. And this chapter is an excellent introduction to learning how to connect with yourself, the first steps of working with mindset. And then from there, one can take what you need out of the chapter, apply it to your own life, and start really a journey with a strong foundation of relationship with self. So I'm just going to set this up here. And here we go. How has the clickety clack shown up in your life? I have had many experiences of the clickety clack in my life, but the most life-changing was when I was 10 years old. I was chronically ill, born with deformed internal organs, and experienced a lot of pain and suffering in my youth. I was in and out of hospitals with doctors and procedures, but I didn't really have a lot of family support. My family loved and cared for me, but they did not know how to navigate through that world. The age of 10 was a turning point for me, becoming more self-empowered. That was my very first clickety-clack experience. I was in a lot of chronic pain. I had severe digestive conditions. I would be well then not well as I went through the regular medical system. Doctors tried to help me, but they were not able to. The turning point came when doctors told me it was in my head. I was imagining it, and I should just go home and die. I did not take their words to heart. I believed there was a way for me to get out of the situation I was in, heal, and get better. That whole experience at the age of 10 set me on a course toward a life of healing and self-empowerment. How do you navigate the clickety clack? I heard the expression, if it is to be, it is up to me. And I realized I had to be self-reliant and self-responsible instead of entering into self-blame. I was conscious of blaming thoughts. I learned to rely on my inner self and those inner resources that we all have. We are born with intuition, instinct, fortitude, natural skills, and gifts. I committed to knowing I would find a way out of my seemingly hopeless, powerless situation. Children are naturally dependent on everybody, but I did not want to be sick and dependent the rest of my life. My goal was to become a healthy, independent person and be healthy like everybody else. We lived on a farm in the country in the mid-1970s. We had a TV with 3 channels, and in the small school library, I found 3 books: The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale, Lord of the Rings, and Little House on the Prairie. Those books became my Bibles for self-empowerment, directing me, and I pulled quotes and affirmations from them. I put these words everywhere in the house, including my light switches, over sinks, to keep my mind focused so that I could elevate myself out of my experience. I was in a lot of physical pain. When I was in a lot of physical pain, I would say, my body is in pain, but I am not. Nobody taught me that. The experience of going through that pain activated that knowing within me. Ultimately, I learned it was a Taoist non-attachment approach, but I did not know what Taoism was at the time. I thought short-term pain, long-term gain. I had no doubt I would achieve my goal. I focused my mind and spent time in nature. I had a fort in our ravine where I connected with the birds, the trees, horses, and dreams. Animal spirits came to me in dreams and talked to me. They came to me as pillars of white light. And to this day, horses come to me as pillars of white light and talk to me in my dreams. Through my spiritual connection and aligned action, I allowed a path to come forth. I started changing my diet because my health conditions manifested with digestive and endocrine disorders. I never felt emotional or mental strain. It was always stress at the physical level. I used my mind to bring forth and carry my physical body, using my mental strength and emotional balance. I never took circumstances personally, not my external circumstances of doctors, nor my family who did not know how to help me. I just thought, I have to figure it out myself. In macrobiotics, our teacher, Michio Kushi, said, sometimes you need to have the mind of Sherlock Holmes to get through the clickety clack and find your own solution. For every problem, there is a solution. Sometimes you must work a little harder and align yourself with your essence and your spirit in order to find the right solution. My commitment to knowing I would find a way out and have a totally new life was my solution. I said to myself at the age of 10, I did not come on the planet to be half alive. I did not come on the planet to be struggling with basic physical functioning. It was not acceptable to me. I went forward and kept trying. What tools do you recommend for staying peaceful in a seemingly toxic world? What I did at the age of 10, I carried on throughout the rest of my life. I experienced difficult times and challenges, having the rug pulled out from under me. When it happened again and again, I felt self-empowered because I had already had a similar experience, so I understood the process. I journal and self-reflect. I also meditate, seeking to be honest about the circumstances I am in. If I can take time to be clear and honest about the circumstances I am in, that I can create a sacred space for my personal manifestation to happen and can find available, unique solutions. I connect to my intuition by journaling and self-reflecting, knowing that for every problem, there is a solution. If it's going to be, it is up to me. I practice self-responsibility, but not self-blame. Affirmations and quotes keep my mind focused, and I put them everywhere I can when I'm going through a clickety clack. The macrobiotic healing has been phenomenal. I have had dreams telling me about macrobiotics. I first heard about macrobiotic healing practices when I was 10, during that crisis in my life. In macrobiotics, food is nutrition and energy. So it helps you to be centered, connected, and conscious, to find peace. The whole basis of macrobiotic philosophy is that inner peace creates outer peace. and world peace. I recommend Reiki energy healing, yoga, being in nature with animals, horses, stones, and trees, not personalizing external stressors. You are not what happens to you. You are what you make out of it. An external stressor is a catalyst for you to activate your inner power and connection with infinite energy. There are something like 100 billion stars in our Milky Way galaxy and 100 billion galaxies in our universe. I can access all that energy when I am peaceful, centered, connected, and conscious. One of my affirmations that has gotten me through the Clickety Clack: I create my highest quality experience in any circumstance. There is no self-blame. Things happen and we have self-responsibility in our response. Do not take on other people's actions as your own. Discern and deflect external stressors. Discern and then deflect so you do not absorb the energy coming in, and you can stay strong, empowered, and then peaceful. So that is my chapter in the award-winning book, Navigating the Clickety Clack, How to Live a Peace-Filled Life in a Seemingly Toxic World. That's it right here. And I've loved sharing some of my initial mindset tools that I used when I started my journey of healing and self-development, which ultimately is a journey of reclaiming one's sovereignty and living a centered, connected, and conscious life. If you'd like to learn more, please visit my website, aponahealing.com. That's APONA healing.com. I'm Lidia, also known as Lady Apona, and I'm here to support you with health, energy, and lasting power.